going on, y'all? Let's get straight into this thing right here. Interesting topic for this video. We're gonna touch on the infamous Mobb Deep's own Prodigy and the mysterious death of him. So Prodigy died back in 2017, and when the news was announced, they said he choked on an egg. MOCKERY. And to top it all off, even with that, they said that he died in the same place as Tupac. Now, what did you guys remember from the whole Tupac thing? I remember Hell on Earth being one of my favorite Mobb Deep albums. And I remember they had a track, Drop a Gem on it. But it was going at Tupac. Tupac was even dissing motherfucking Prodigy. And he was the one that announced to the world that he had sickle cell. And he was like, well, don't one of y'all niggas got sickle cell? And he had said that. So that what broke it to the world. Because like before that, people probably knew, but it was under wraps. Because Mobb Deep, they was the hardest group. Prodigy was going in. But yeah, they had tension back in the day. By like 95, 96. Because the beef even started like on what's the album before Hell on Earth? Mobb Deep's second album. You know, the album where they got the Survival of the Fittest and all that shit on there. So on that album, it was like Thug Life, We Still Living It. This is Tupac. Now, even with this picture, you see the devil in the background. And it got the skeleton right there, indicating it could be a soul-selling type of symbolism type of shit. You see some more skulls on this joint. I wanted to start it off on that. You know what I'm saying? It's a pretty interesting album cover. So let's take it back to their debut album, Juvenile Hell. Now this symbolizes the Reaper. So this could indicate soul-selling from the very beginning. You got the Reaper's item in your hand. You know the little joint that the Reaper got, the Grim Reaper type shit. Now you got Prodigy over here. And you got Havoc, Prodigy, you know, some Mobb Deep. You got another time. This was like the what album was this? The Albert the Bumpy Johnson joint, the Bumpy Johnson album. Even with this, like representing like, you know, the symbolism and shit like that. This is like the old, you know, the crime type shit. So Prodigy was intelligent, but Prodigy knew a lot about this stuff. And even for this. Infamous Records. Prodigy back with the braids. Now for this one, you already know what I'm about to say. Is Prodigy this motherfucker right here, Brent Faiyaz? And shout out to Conscious X because he made a video on this. He was the first that I seen made a video on this topic. But then I seen it, I'm like, who the hell is Brent Faiyaz? And for one, his eyes look exactly like Prodigy's. Look at his eyes. Just look at the eyes for one. And he had John F the World hat, you know what I'm saying? Throwing up the devil horns right there. There could be sixes in the back, symbolism. It's kind of like a design, those squiggly type shits, right? But you could say those are sixes because I can see the sixes right there. It's kind of like, you know, a way to design that. But like I said, a lot of things are designed a certain way. So even with this Prodigy, somebody put this on a post. This was like for like a magazine or something like that. But even in this, it's symbolism. It's like marking the calendar, marking off days. So this could be like, it's a countdown for his life type shit. Because he died at 42. Or what they alleged it as, you know? And it's like a lot of marking downs and shit like that. Black and white, you know what that is. The Masonic shit. And even on another interesting subject, I never noticed with Prodigy. I had to analyze it more. Let me find that junk. Where's that picture at? Where's that picture at? I think I got one right here. Alright, so Prodigy has a tattoo on his neck, right? It starts off on the left side to the all the way to the right. It's 666-333-999. Now I know it's a lot of numbers, but it's like that's in plain sight. You got all the joints on there. And it's like I said, the Bumpy Johnson EP. This the EP, but the other joint was the actual full-length album that he did with the Alchemist. Even right here, pointing at the table. This is him back when he had the braids and shit like that, with the chain. And you got your boy Brent Faiyaz with the braids and shit. To the nigga getting the hair cut off. Even the tat on his chest is pretty interesting. Let's read that jump. I don't think art is propaganda. It should be something that liberates the soul, provides the imagination, and encourages people to go further. So the messages that he puts out, even like in the interviews, I watched a couple of interviews, he's a positive type of dude, kind of like on the same length as like Prodigy. But at the same time, Prodigy was with the shit. Like when he came in there, he came on the savage shit. I'm only 19, but my mind is, you know, my heart is cold, all that shit like that. It was hard, but it was on the savage shit. Like, kind of like the menace to society in a rap form. So, you know, he got the Hennessy bottle right here. And you know a lot of us love that Henny. You know, so we could write to sip a little Henny every now and then. But that's on another subject. That's for another video, my bad. But even this, look. Prodigy, you know what I'm saying? On the forefront. He had the jewelry, he had all that. Him and Brent Faiyaz both smoke motherfucking cigarettes. Bogus, as I like to call them bitches out there. Smoking the cigarettes, got the shades to cover up the face and all that. Now him and Nas made a post. And that's really an interesting thing. Like, oh yeah, even with this, look at this. Come on, man, this is in plain sight. You can see that. You see this symbolism, blood, money, and they got the fucking Illuminati eye right there with the pyramid and the money. So you know this is just symbolism for the evil. And even Prodigy has this fucking do rag with the spikes up, indicate like the devil horn type jump. So it's a lot of symbolism. Even like back then, one of the old albums. This is the second album. Yeah, the second album. The second album, yeah, this is that same album, Survival of the Fittest and all that shit like that. So this is on that album. You feel me? Got the money and shit on the tape, kind of like the Scarface type shit. So a lot of this shit, bro, is by the design. Like, we seen it. And even with this, his hands, right? So Prodigy has Mobb Deep across his hands. Brent Faiyaz has Lost Kids on his hands. Both 4 letters. Mobb, M-O-B-B, Deep. D-E-E-P. You feel me? 4-4. That's 8. 8 on both. You know what I'm saying? They got them on their hands and whatnot. So I thought that was pretty interesting. But the fact that they got the same eyes. Look at the damn eyes. So all this shit is like by design in a sense. Even like Tupac. Like look, I'm gonna put the Tupac shit in there too. Look. So alright, this is back in the day. Before the beef and all that. Like I said, Tupac and him had beef and all that. Mobb Deep and all that, because Tupac was on a rant going at everybody. So look, like I tell you, like the news when they broke it, Mobb Deep rapper Prodigy bizarrely died after choking on an egg in the hospital. The Las Vegas coroner has revealed that the hip-hop star, who was battling with sickle cell anemia since birth, had been hospitalized with complications from the condition for several days prior to his death on June 20th. So even with this, they announced that they got the date of when he died all wrong. And they had it like different dates a lot of times. Like when they first broke the news, the nigga died off choking on an egg. What they said, that's mockery. And even when I first heard it, it had me heated. So this is before the whole Kobe type shit. So you hear something like this. And that's just like, you know, unplugging from the Matrix. So niggas grew up listening to Mobb Deep. Mobb Deep, personally for me, was my favorite duo. You know what I'm saying? I used to listen to this shit all the time. I can bump Mobb Deep into the day. And I can listen to it now while being unplugged and shit like that. So you see Prodigy throwing the devil horns right there. With the one-eye symbolism, but I know he's performing, but you know, that's a picture. Now you got your boy Brent Faiyaz, bad news on the back of the jacket with the damn skull. What is that? That's symbolism, because Prodigy died. You know what I'm saying? What else can we put up in here? That's fine. Didn't I get like a little interview clip? I think I did, yeah. Let's put this in there real quick. No, I started off with your boy first. Let's make it make sense. So let's look at this.
That's told about this black shadows that attach themselves to people here on the earth.
Black shadows, aka demons.
They feed off of negativity.
The darkness and all that shit.
I said, oh shit. Like that shit is real. And it showed itself to me. I was allowed to see it.
So he wasn't allowed to see it. Niggas seen it from the beginning. Like, I fuck with Prodigy, and it was sad.
You know what I mean? And
even them announcing it the way they did.
This was when I was about maybe 26.
But this Matrix shit, to lower your vibrations, man.
27.
All right, hold on. I'm talking this shit, but let's rewind that. Let's pay attention to those age, them ages. Nigga said, all right, let's see it.
You know what I mean? And this was
when I
was about maybe 26 this happened.
Listen.
Maybe 27.
He said 26, then he said 27. Now, you know what the 27 is. 27 Club. So I think this is all by design. They could have very well wanted to put Prodigy in the 27 Club because of his knowledge. You know what I'm saying? He had the knowledge. But he was on both sides. Like, kind of like showing you the bullshit, but still on the righteous path. Kind of like DMX. Now, I know DMX had a drug problem and shit like that. I'm not saying Prodigy was on no drug problem, but I'm saying there's like a similarity as far as they had that level of speaking out to the people to make you be like, all right, this nigga a real nigga. And then you go do the coon shit. Remember, he was dissing Jay-Z and all that to make it seem like, oh, you're not with that. But nigga, you got the 666, you got the 333-666-999 on your neck. So let's get it.
From that point until age 33, I got locked up.
So he said 27. That's the 27 club, and then 33. That's the Masonic number, the famous Masonic number.
You know what I mean? I just been on like a downward spiral.
So they've been after him since then. He said he'd been 27. He's seen the demon at 27. At 33, he went to jail. He's been on a downward spiral ever since then. And then they announced he died at the age of 42. So man, come on, this is all in sight, bro.
And I was locked up for a reason, because I wasn't living right. Had nothing to do with a crime.
Now, this is part of the programming. You see how they had to sit down and say a lot of this shit is fucked up in this rap shit.
Slap from.
I don't even trust the nigga that's sitting right there, because Chief Keef was on the same platform.
This was when I was
work your way through it, and then you got this physical pain.
Off of the way he blinks. I know you're an old guy, but I'm like, I don't know, bro. He give out the weird vibes sometimes.
Trying to make yourself sick.
Right.
You know, quit making yourself sick.
Right.
Lift up.
I think this was a form of programming, ladies and gentlemen, because it's a therapist, right? But like even that guy, we ain't know this guy, and Prodigy opening up. This is programming shit, bro. They think like, oh, it's like some celebrity rehab type. Nah, this is a form of programming.
You know, what you see, what you hear.
So, you know, I think it was just crazy how they say the nigga choked on the egg when he died, right? And they said he died in the same hospital as Tupac. They said that as well. Which was like even more mockery, because Tupac was the one that said that. And then he was talking about the demon and shit like that, right? The demon is on this goddamn cover right here, bro. You know what I'm saying? So Prodigy knew about that. And to top it all off, one more time. Let's look at it one more time. Look at the next. 666-333-999. So is Prodigy. Look at this. Get a good look at this one more time. Prodigy. Back when he was doing the Head Nigga in Charge albums and all that. To right now. This nigga jump on the scene. Brent Faiyaz. And then he cut the hair and shit. Oh, I look a little too much like Prodigy. Let me cut that shit off my head. Niggas might be on to me. Nigga, you got the goddamn knuckle tats in the same spot as this nigga? And your eyes look like that? Come on, man. This shit is just like, come on. Come on, bro. Then a nigga like Prodigy right here getting his braids done. So, you know, like I said, let me know what y'all think about this one. Pretty interesting. Shout out to Conscious X for bringing it, you know what I'm saying, to the attention to it. But I just want to add a little bit more to that. Smoking the cigarettes while rolling the blunt. Smoking the cigarette. You know what I'm saying? Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Hold on, let's add one more partner before we get up out of here.
Shit that doesn't change. It's about just how I see shit right now. So it's like fuck the world and fuck the world, you know what I mean?
When you tour, what do you notice is the difference in different American cities?
Yeah, that's a good ass question. Pretty much the American struggle is pretty like similar wherever you go. But I'm even seeing that aside from just it being like American cities, like everywhere all over the world is like the same. At a certain like, bro, so now I'm stepping outside the box doing some whole other shit. You trying to tell me go back to what I was doing? Bro, you're not making no sense. You want me to step outside the box within a box? The fuck does that mean?
Yeah, I'm gonna decide what the box is within the box. Well, if you think about it, you don't decide to be born. You don't decide to die.
And that was pretty interesting right there too. Let me know.
So what really can you decide?
Had a nigga dumbfounded. Let me know what y'all think, bro.